No female basketball player has ever captured America's attention quite like Caitlin Clark. Her meteoric rise to the pinnacle of the sport has been front-page news for nearly 2 years, and the buzz shows no signs of fading. After lighting up college basketball with a dazzling NCAA run that included 2 national title appearances, a Naismith Award, and shattered records, Caitlin is now stepping into the intense spotlight of the WNBA. But this isn't just a story about stats and wins. It's about a player who's changing the game both on and off the court. Her impact goes far beyond basketball. From her electrifying playstyle to her charismatic presence, Caitlin has become a lightning rod for fans, commentators, and even NBA stars, all weighing in on her future and her role in a rapidly evolving sports and cultural landscape. Before diving into the standout quotes from NBA legends, it's important to understand the phenomenon now known as the Caitlin Clark effect. While she's not the first elite talent in women's hoops, Caitlin is doing something unprecedented. She's pulling in massive crowds and sparking genuine interest from people who've never paid attention to women's basketball before. Clark's influence isn't just inspiring, it's transformative. She's filling arenas and boosting TV viewership, bringing in fans who never used to watch women's basketball. And it's not just about her. Other players are now seeing better paydays and growing their personal brands, riding the wave of attention she's generated. A striking example of her star power, rapper and Big 3 League founder Ice Cube offered her a jaw-dropping $5 million to join his 3-on-3 basketball league for just 1 season. Clark turned it down. Instead, she declared for the WNBA draft and was chosen first overall by the Indiana Fever. Her rookie contract, roughly $84,000 per year over 4 years, a fraction of what her fame could fetch elsewhere. While endorsements and sponsorship deals will help close the gap, the contrast between her earning potential and current league pay shows just how far the WNBA still has to go. Of course, not all the attention has been glowing. While many celebrate her skills and the boost she's given to women's hoops, some voices, both in the media and even within the league, have pushed back. Critics have labeled her overhyped, questioned her ability to compete against WNBA veterans, and in more troubling cases, chalked up her popularity to her race and appearance, rather than her talent. One group that's been noticeably silent when it comes to criticizing Caitlin Clark? NBA players, in fact, the overwhelming majority have shown nothing but respect and admiration for her game. Whether it's on social media or during interviews, their praise has been consistent and passionate. These are not just casual compliments either. Many of today's top NBA stars have gone out of their way to uplift Clark and defend her against unfair criticism. Take Kevin Durant, for example. The Phoenix Suns star and former league MVP was one of the first big names to spotlight Caitlin's game back when she was still at Iowa. Durant praised her unselfish style of play, her high basketball IQ, and her ability to rise in big moments. When asked about Iowa's chances ahead of the 2023 NCAA Final Four, Katie made it clear Caitlin Clark wasn't just a star, she was a winner who made everyone around her better.
Yeah, she's just playing a great game, getting her teammates involved. They got so many shooters. I watched them play Louisville, and the way they moved the ball and played off of her was just perfect. But that's just been together for a few years, getting to know one another, and at this point, they're mature enough to dominate games like they've been doing.
Caitlin Clark etched her name in history by becoming the NCAA's all-time leading scorer with 3,185 points, surpassing the legendary pistol Pete Maravich. That record-breaking moment sent waves through the sports world and drew praise from big names in the NBA. Damian Lillard of the Milwaukee Bucks applauded her achievement, calling it a major moment not just for women's basketball, but for the game as a whole. Meanwhile, Minnesota Timberwolves forward Luka Garza, Clark's fellow Iowa alum, shared a heartfelt message calling her an all-time great and celebrating the legacy she's building.
Just wanted to take a second to say congratulations on the scoring record to Caitlin Clark. Huge fan of your game, much respect to you. I like the way you do it. You're a real killer.
Praise from Damian Lillard, one of the NBA's most fearless scorers, known for hitting shots from anywhere on the court, definitely carries weight. But the words from Luka Garza might hit even closer to home for Caitlin Clark. After all, he spent his college years at Iowa, too, representing the same school where she became a legend. That shared connection makes his admiration feel even more personal and meaningful.
Congrats, GOAT. This is an incredible record to break. Keep doing your thing. Bring home the natty this year. You make all Hawkeyes proud. Congratulations.
Congrats, GOAT. Breaking that record is incredible, Luca Garza said in a heartfelt message. Keep doing your thing. Go win that national title. You make every Hawkeye proud. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for her to be here. I think it brings a lot of excitement to the city, and a city with a lot of young talent already as it is, and adding her, she's one of the faces of women's basketball, and for her to be here and under the same roof, I think is really exciting.
Once the WNBA draft wrapped up and it was official that Caitlin Clark would be heading to Indianapolis, it didn't take long for local basketball stars to weigh in. And who better to welcome her than the face of the Indiana Pacers himself, Tyrese Halliburton. The all-star point guard, who also leads the NBA in assists and proudly represents Team USA, gave Clark a warm and straightforward welcome to his city. As one of the league's most respected young leaders, Halliburton made it clear, Indy's got her back.
One thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to tune in. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But for her individually, I don't think she should get involved on nothing that's being said. Just go have fun, enjoy, but I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before.
If you didn't catch it, Halliburton sounded genuinely excited about Clark's arrival. All jokes aside, his upbeat energy will go a long way in helping Caitlin feel at home in Indianapolis, though Fever fans are already doing an amazing job on that front. Still, for a young NBA star like Halliburton to offer a warm, rivalry-free welcome showed real class. But there's one voice in basketball whose endorsement rises above the rest, the king himself, LeBron James. When it comes to the biggest moments in sports, LeBron's take always makes headlines. And true to form, he backed Caitlin Clark with grace and full support. During an episode of JJ Redick's podcast, LeBron didn't just give her a shout-out, he dove into the intense media spotlight surrounding her and defended how she's handled it all. Here's a standout quote straight from the king.
My advice to Caitlin, and my advice to anyone that comes in with this notoriety, out of this world expectation, it's all about having, be a horse, man. The Kentucky Derby, put your blinders on, show up to work, punch your clock in, prepare yourself, work on your game, work on your craft.
On that same podcast, LeBron James offered some timeless advice for young athletes stepping into the spotlight and facing the harsh glare of media scrutiny. Having entered the NBA at just 18, already labeled as the next big thing, LeBron knows exactly what it's like to be under a microscope. While the media landscape has evolved into something much fiercer than when he was a rookie, his advice remains as relevant as ever. The message? Talent alone isn't enough. It takes relentless hard work and an unwavering focus on what truly matters. LeBron's words ring loud and clear for anyone navigating the pressure of professional sports. Here's exactly what he had to say.
One thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to tune in. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But for her individually, I don't think she should get involved on nothing that's being said. Just go have fun, enjoy, but I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before.
It's hard to argue with LeBron's perspective, especially given his 2 decades of experience at the highest level. For Caitlin Clark, tuning out the external noise won't be easy, but focusing on improving daily is the right approach. She may not be able to control the narrative, but she can control her preparation and keep refining her game, making sure the critics don't have much to work with. Speaking of her game, it's already earning praise from some of the NBA's best point guards. Take Atlanta Hawks star Trae Young, for example. Known for his dazzling three-point shooting and exceptional playmaking, Young has been watching Clark closely. He took the opportunity to praise her offensive arsenal, essentially telling defenders, good luck. According to him, no matter how hard they try, stopping her will be a nearly impossible task.
At the beginning of the game, she was just driving to the basket. She was getting layup after layup. And so at some point, the defender that's guarding her way out on the perimeter because they don't want her to shoot threes, I'm not going to let her just keep driving by me. She was dribbling with her left, and then she was using her hang dribble. She was going to be able to blow by her defender or not. And she was just doing step backs and side steps and dribbling in the lane, dribbling back out, and then shooting three.
Trae Young's assessment hits the mark perfectly, highlighting why Caitlin Clark's offensive versatility will serve her so well at the next level. By blending dribble penetration with sharp outside shooting, she keeps defenses on edge, creating opportunities for both herself and her teammates. Another legendary guard, known for his own deadly shooting ability, shares a similar view: Steph Curry. As a four-time NBA champion and arguably the greatest three-point shooter in history, Curry's praise of Clark speaks volumes. He's offering her the highest level of respect, something rarely given to a rookie still carving out her place in the professional ranks.
Watching from afar and understanding just how much of a power she is out there on the court. The cool part is the way that she plays and her range and the level of difficulty on her shots is obviously a very close comparison to the way that I play.
I was going to say, Caitlin Clark's been compared to you.
Yeah.
Having Steph Curry compare your game to his is a massive compliment, and the straightforward, no-nonsense tone of his praise makes it even more significant. Both Curry and Young emphasize how Clark's shooting ability puts defenders in a state of panic, creating space for the rest of her game to shine. As she gains experience, it's almost certain that Clark will learn how to maximize this power. Evolving into a female version of Curry, an unstoppable force opponents must account for every second on the court. Clark's growing reputation is also catching the eye of the younger generation of NBA stars. Luka Doncic, one of the league's most dynamic and versatile scorers, seems to agree with the comparisons. Known for his ability to dominate both inside and beyond the arc, Doncic sees Curry as the closest parallel to Clark's playing style. When asked about her after a standout performance against LSU, he didn't hold back, calling her a talent with tremendous potential.
Amazing. I saw this morning. It's at 41, almost triple-double here. He was shooting like that ball fly.
When a reporter asked Luka Doncic if Caitlin Clark reminded him of himself, he quickly found a more fitting comparison. Rather than drawing parallels to his own game, Doncic acknowledged that the closest match for Clark's style was none. Other than Steph Curry,
It's more Steph Curry. It's a woman Steph Curry.
Luka Doncic's answer might have been diplomatic, as he deferred to the more established Steph Curry, but it's tough to argue with his logic. While Doncic is known for his strength, which allows him to muscle his way into spaces others can't, neither Steph nor Caitlin Clark have that physical advantage. Instead, they rely on quickness, elusiveness, and of course, near-flawless shooting. From range to get their points. It's not just the NBA stars defending Clark either. Austin Rivers, who spent over a decade in the NBA and carved out a role as a bench scorer, also stepped up to support her. As the son of renowned coach Doc Rivers, Austin knows what it's like to be under the microscope, once viewed as a blue chip. Prospect Rivers never fully lived up to his early hype, but he's not about to let anyone diminish Clark's accomplishments at this stage of her career. He's been vocal about her significance to the game, offering some strong words in her defense.
You guys are like coming at her with these like hate-ass comments, talking about, oh, well, you know, it's not just because of her. Last night our game was sold out and she didn't play. Last night we flew charter and she wasn't on that flight. Let's stop it. It's not a coincidence you guys are just now chartering flights her rookie year. It's not a coincidence that now that she's in the WNBA, everyone's paying attention to the WNBA.
But Austin Rivers wasn't finished shutting down the critics. He had a clear message for any WNBA rivals who might be critical, or dare we say, jealous, of Caitlin Clark's immediate rise to stardom. To add a bit of flair to his point, Rivers even used a pop music reference, making it clear that no matter what the critics say, Clark is the real deal and isn't going anywhere.